y'all? It's your girl Geri Nicole, and welcome to the channel. I'm back with another reaction to My Hero Academia Season 3, Episode 57, Rescue Exercises. Before we get into this video, if you're new to the channel, thank you so much for stopping by. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You're already here. Become a part of the family. Don't forget to like and comment. Remember, every time you comment, there is a chance that you'll be shouted out on an upcoming video that drops on the channel. Remember, I drop a reaction video Monday through Saturday, 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right, let's get into this episode. Let's see what it's in for.
The provisional licensing exam is upon us.
All right. For the 100 of you who passed the first test, please turn your attention to the screen.
It's the test arena.
What happens next?
Wait, does that mean...
There's only one more round to the exam. Your goal is simple. Undertake rescue exercises and save the bystanders who are trapped in these disaster sites.
Save the what now? Bystanders. We learned about them in class, remember? They're people at a disaster scene.
It can also simply refer to innocent citizens on the street.
Use this time to show us how you will carry out successful rescue procedures once you receive your provisional licenses. Treat this as though it were the real thing.
Rescuing.
On the screen. Whoa! Little kids and old people?
That's so dangerous! Why are they here?
These specialists have been trained as professional persons in need of rescue. They're very popular. Introducing the Help Us Company, also known as HUP for short.
So they're basically actors, I guess?
It's the kind of job you never think about.
But a necessary one in our world, since they support our hero training.
The HUP bystanders have dressed up like injured victims and will be located throughout the disaster site. We'll be judging how well you keep them safe as you go about your mission. Oh, by the way, we'll be scoring you on a point system. If you have more points than the benchmark at the time the exercise comes to an end, then you pass the exam. We'll start in 10 minutes. Take care of any necessary preparations now.
This looks familiar. It's like Camino Ward. I wonder if they based it off that.
It's true that the situations are similar, but our only goal then was to rescue Bakugo from the villains. We let the pros handle search and recovery. And you'll recall, there were many casualties.
Not this time.
Oh, he's so serious. All right, Midoriya.
Guys, you gotta listen to this story. It's gonna be juicy.
What's the rating?
Triple X.
Go on.
That fox in the bodysuit from Shiketsu, the one over there. Yeah?
If you're just gonna say she's hot, that's obvious. I've had my eyes on her since the moment we crossed paths.
Forget this. I saw her hiding in the rocks with Midoriya, buck naked. Midoriya!
What were you doing while the rest of us were just trying to stay alive, you bastard?
Was this entire test nothing but a joke for you?
Guys, cool it! What's going on? Don't play stupid with us! What devious things were you doing with that uber hottie? The casual greeting exchange between a man and woman whose sexual relationship has advanced several bases!
Just how plus ultra did you end up going with her?
Now I get it. Zero talked. Listen, guys, whatever he told you is wrong. It was a side effect of her quirk. Actually, I had no idea what was happening and almost failed the test.
But you did see her naked?
Well, sorta.
Don't you lie to us!
Why is she still waving at you?
Give us details, Midoriya! I beg you! I told you nothing weird like that!
Oh, hey, it's Shiketsu.
Bakugo,
What?
I think you met Shishikura in a test, my classmate with the flesh-molding power.
So much hair. Yeah, I took him out.
I thought so. I'm guessing he may have acted rudely or perhaps offended you. He has a tendency to try and push his own values onto others. He probably couldn't help it in your case.
Bro, what is the report? If it's hair, oh my good God. I don't even see eyes. Like you're covered in hair. Are you a human being? Somebody tell me in the comments if this is a human, if this is an animal, what is this? And am I gonna find out what his quirk is? But if it's hair, it's kind of weird and useless.
Okay, since you're pretty famous, I apologize for him. I'd like to build a good relationship between our schools.
I guess he wants to be friends.
So he says. But the way they were fighting, it didn't seem that way.
A good relationship. But then there's that guy.
Anyway, that's it.
Hey, you with the collar. Did I offend you somehow?
Oh no, I'm sorry. Did I hurt your feelings? Well, the thing is, son of Endeavor, I just can't help but hate both of you. You've changed a little bit since the first time our paths crossed. But you definitely still have your father's eyes.
Something wrong, Yoarashi?
Nope, not a thing, sir!
My father's eyes?
What?
Hiroki.
See you out there.
Sure. See you out there? What is that supposed to mean?
You're an anesthesia,
I told you it's not what you think! That girl is actually super scary!
Please, you're acting disgracefully. This test isn't over. You need to focus.
Just look at her!
Have you even begun to strategize?
I don't like this. Why do I feel so flustered? I was fine when I was fighting earlier. But now...
Girl, you like him. Those called feelings.
Villains have performed a large-scale terrorist attack spanning all of insert city name here. Since most buildings collapsed, there are many injured.
Guess that's the background story.
So then,
We're starting.
Due to heavily damaged roads, the first responders have unfortunately been delayed for the time being.
What is with these rooms?
Until emergency services arrive, the heroes in the area will lead the rescue efforts. Your task is to save as many people as you can and help the injured. And with that, begin!
Saving lives is the greatest ambition a hero can have.
We have to do this properly and succeed.
He mentioned points, but he didn't say anything about how we'd actually be scored.
Since we're in the dark, all we can do is follow our training.
Come on, come on, come on, let's do this!
Let's start by heading to the closest urban area. We'll work as a team as much as possible.
Right!
you're going on your own again?
Why are you damn extras always following me?
We just wanna.
Right, so, try to get this over quickly for me, yeah?
Rescue exercises.
Even though this is just a test, it feels pretty real.
Stay alert! Be careful of falling debris and explosions.
What's wrong, Midoriya?
I hear someone.
Help me, please!
Look, there he is.
My grandpa! He's been crushed! I think he's hurt!
Oh no, this looks bad. Where is he?
This looks bad? That points off your score! The first thing you should do is see how bad my injuries are and if I can walk. I'm breathing kind of weird too, aren't I? And didn't you even notice that I'm bleeding from the head? People with hero licenses should be able to judge a victim's condition in an instant!
Are the members of Huck the ones who are going to be scoring us?
Your gross lack of training is all too apparent right now. You better
Sir! They first years, they didn't know what to expect. They was shocked and appalled, and you was just rude. Ooh, don't like it.
shape up and pay attention, newbies! All right, let's rope this area off as a hazard zone.
No, that's not enough. Think about it. This whole area is unstable.
I'll clear a path and make a helicopter landing spot. Watch out!
Shiketsu High, second year, Nagamasamura. His quirk, Extendo Hair. He can grow all the hair on his body and manipulate it at will. The only bad thing is how easily it gets tangled.
That was awesome, Mora! You're amazing!
Here's the first aid station.
There's a lot of space. We can make part of this an evacuation zone. Good.
I'll
be in charge of triage. Leave the setup to me.
When it comes to saving innocent lives, experience really does make a difference.
You're not just here to provide aid. Until the police and firefighters show up, you need to exercise authority and make sure this goes off smoothly. Think of the victims here. They must be terrified. There are many aspects of being a hero, but take note. There's one thing to keep in mind above all else. Anyone who needs rescuing is having the worst day of their lives. And the first thing you said was, "This looks bad"? Seriously?
Fear not, citizens. Hope has arrived. Because I am here.
I've got to get it together. I need to do my best. Passing this test and getting my license aren't just things I have to do to succeed at school. They're essential if I'm going to become a real hero. The kind I want to be. Steps toward achieving my dream. Hey, it's fine.
You better not say it.
Over there! Don't you worry. We'll definitely save him. I'll carry this boy to the first aid station myself. You guys, go on without me.
All right.
Let's do this!
It'll be all right. It'll be all right.
Is that your only line? You're terrible at this.
I'll save you. I promise I will.
I'm telling him to shut up too, because if you just go scream in my ear, it'll be alright. It'll be alright. I promise I'm going to save you. You can't just be making promises to people that you don't know if you can keep. You got to get it together. He's so in his head and he so wants to be All Might that he does not know how to be Midoriya. And I don't think he's going to be a good hero if he doesn't figure out how to be Midoriya and stop walking in All Might's shadow. Yes, you have All Might's power, but you're not All Might. You're Midoriya.
This buzz in my chest. What am I doing?
Is it because you like...
Girl, again, them is called feelings. You want to be booed up. You got feelings. You're caught up in your feelings. Get over it. You can't be in your feelings right now. Be in your feelings after school, at summer camp, at home. Right now, you got to be trying to get this provisional license if you really want it. And stop worrying about what you're doing. And stop being jealous of all these girls. Girl, it's not a good look.
I've got to push these feelings down. Deku is giving his all to reach his goal. No room for anything else. I don't want to change that.
You've got a crush on someone, right? So do I. And I bet you also want to be exactly like that special person, huh?
I'll put these feelings away. I'll focus on working just as hard as he does. And reach my dream.
It's been 10 minutes since we started. Everyone's doing well for the most part, but there's still a ways to go. What's a test without a few surprises? I hope they didn't think things would be straightforward.
Well, okay.
Hinata Yoarashi, Shiketsu First Year! My hero name is Gale Force! Rescue exercises get me pumped up! You're gonna be safe!
That's a whole baby over there, and you finna knock the baby.
Wind, eh? Seems like a sloppy approach at first. But in reality, he's manipulating countless airstreams to adapt to all the people and debris he's moving. Huh, his subtle control is unbelievable. But it's still reckless! Minus points!
You shouldn't
He's a
move
baby.
anyone or anything unless you've checked on the condition of the injured. You can make things worse.
Of course! I apologize!
Hey, Kami ran off again. What's your deal lately?
Are you alright? Reckless!
The quality of one's training is most apparent in their initial response to a situation. Take Inasa. He petitioned to take the test even though it's normally reserved for second-year students and was strong enough to be accepted. He even passed the first round. However, he's acting far too impatient. His lack of experience is obvious.
You realize you're sitting in the stands because you're the one who failed, right, Shishikura?
Yes, I am aware.
Just checking. You should use this as a chance to analyze what went wrong. Reflect on your bad influences.
What do you mean?
Seems to me you've taken Stain's words to heart.
Me? Influenced by a villain? Absurd.
No, it's not. Listen, what he taught wasn't necessarily all bad. Between Stain's fundamentalist ideas and All Might's retirement, there are many who wish to reform the role that heroes play in society. That's just fine. But if negativity and hate take over, like they did for you during the first round of the exam, they can impair your judgment and keep you from your potential.
There's someone in here, but they're not responding when I yell. It's way too dark for me to see.
I can at least check their pulse and breathing.
I'll make some room for treatment.
You're so good at this.
Everyone, we should be moving quickly as well. This old man's conscious. He needs help.
It hurts. What are you waiting for?
He's trapped by debris. I'll float it away.
Poor girl. She's gonna lose points that way.
Please, wait a moment. Look at the way the walls have collapsed around him. Right now, the structure is balanced precariously like an intricate puzzle. Everything will topple if we're careless with our movements. We have to do this strategically.
What?
You gotta work on your rescue style.
Sir, you can't be rescuing people talking about shut up and save yourself and calling people whiners. That is not how this works. So you just gonna freak them out and then what? So you just want to fight bad guys. You don't know how to be empathetic. I blame your mama because she's crazy. Child, you should have been raised by your grandparents or something because it seemed like you was raised by wolves. Lord, I hope your friends help you. Oh, help you get it together. I can't with you. I really cannot with you.
He really hurt. We can't just leave him here.
Wait, we are supposed to be low-priority victims with only minor injuries.
So you think that he figured it out? And that's why he told us to go off on our own?
You're kidding me. They took it in a way that made it sound okay?
We'll get you two somewhere safe.
Yeah. His tone was wildly inappropriate. Minus points.
What the hell did you say?
Minus points because your tone was inappropriate.
Coming from over there.
reach out to save those looking for help. Because I'm sure that's what my brother Tensei would have done.
Let's head to the mountain zone. There should be animals.
Either you can't live in Tensei's shoes either. You have to be your own hero and your own man and find your own way. I feel like Midoriya and Ida have that same thing in common because they look up to their heroes that they want to be so much like them that they don't know how to be themselves and find out what works best for them.
Look over there. Smart! Then Koga can use his quirk!
Todoroki, Suyu, over there!
Help! I can't swim!
I'll be right there.
We might need to warm the boy up. Let's gather firewood.
Leave it to me.
They're almost to a safe space, don't you worry. There are so many.
You there! Let me see that boy!
Yeah, of course. His head got hurt somehow. He's bleeding quite a bit, but his wounds don't look very deep. He responds to questions clearly.
He should be fine. Take him to the space over there on the right.
Yes, ma'am. Good.
Oh, trust him. I know something is lurking in the background.
Responders arrive. Heroes must act alone, helping the victims and performing first aid. Once the professionals show up, the transition should be seamless. How goes it?
Let's see. During their initial response, there was some poor judgment. But the points taken off by Huck members are still pretty minimal. The students are doing better than expected. Less incompetence than usual, I would say.
Wonderful. But in order to protect citizens in need, heroes must multitask. They can't just rescue. They must adapt.
Oh shit.
What happened? We're gonna die! Explosions?
What? Wait, could this be?
A villain has completed another large-scale attack.
Everyone! This is part of the exam!
You think so?
That means
Hey, look!
Tell me, wannabe heroes. Can you rescue people and fight at the same time?
That's Gang Orca!
During the search and destroy mission against the League of Villains, Gang Orca fought alongside Endeavor and Bestchinist. He's a strong pro, currently ranked number 10. Impressive. He's also ranked third in the list of heroes who look as though they should be villains.
Wait a minute. So y'all rank heroes also should look like villains. They look like villains, thinking they could be villains or should be villains. I'm a little confused. The discrimination towards heroes that look scary is kind of wrong, and I don't like it.
Terrorists have appeared and are beginning to sweep the area. Hero candidates at the scene should continue their rescue efforts while also suppressing the newly arrived villains.
We're gonna have to save people and battle?
Are you serious? Jeez, come on! Aren't they expecting too much from us?
Even for a pro, this would be difficult. They're going a little far, I'd say.
Now, how will you react? Will you fight or protect? Help or run away? What would a hero do?
I don't see nobody running away. Ooh, y'all. That was a good episode. I think they got to work on their rescue skills. They got to be able to think on their feet. But now, with terrorists or villains still around, and you got to save people, throwing extra stuff in the mix, how will they be able to adapt? How are you going to be able to save people and fight off the attack so that nobody else gets injured or those that are already injured don't get injured even further? We're gonna have to keep watching to find out. Tell me what y'all think of the episode. And also, tell me what y'all think of the quirks of the other classes and the other people there. Who did you find interesting or not so interesting? Who had a quirk that you were like, eh, it is what it is. That's not really important. That's not really special. I don't see how it's gonna help. All right, thank y'all so much for rocking with me. Don't forget to follow me on social media. The links will be in the description box below. Until next time, y'all, be easy.